we are perfect. I am really over this whole paradigm that is going on in society of saying, and saying that, oh, we're imperfect, we're so imperfect, and that's, I agree, I both agree and disagree with that. I agree with it in the sense that there's always room for growth and change, but I don't agree with it because I believe that we're more like seeds, and you don't say that the seed is imperfect. You say that the seed is already inherently perfect, and as it grows, it expresses that inherent perfection, but it must grow because that is its nature. And the only reason that a seed wouldn't grow is if the environment is not conducive to its development, and I don't think that humans are any different. Humans grow when they're in a healthy environment, and if they're not growing, then maybe we need to look at the environment that they're in and make some changes. But humans are perfect inherently, and we're just expressing that inherent perfection. There's so much of that old paradigm coming, even from Christianity and any religion that believes in like hell, heaven and hell. Because if you believe in a heaven, then you probably believe in a hell, and hell comes from this concept of punishment, like even the concept of God punishing people, meaning that someone's bad and thus deserving of punishment. I feel like that's really outdated because it's created this idea that we're like this flawed, evil humans, and that can only be like saved through the blood of Christ or through righteous acts, and that's just really created self-hatred and reasons to justify hurting or rejecting someone else. And it's creating so much discord and suffering and fracturing in this world that I think it's time to be challenging that paradigm 100%. I think we should spend more time acknowledging that we have inherent perfection, not doing it, not saying that we're perfect in the sense that we have no room to grow, but because like I said earlier, we are meant to grow, we're meant to turn into something beautiful and produce fruit in the sense of giving something to the world that has value to the world, but that doesn't mean that we're not already inherently perfect. And I think recognizing that divinity within ourselves is so important because that's recognizing the divinity within yourself, recognizing first of all that you are made of life itself. If you value existence, then you must value yourself because you are existence. And if you don't value yourself, then you don't value existence. And so the question becomes, or that is actually anti-existence or anti-life, anti-God, basically. And so the question becomes, why would you think that life was not good enough the way that it is? Usually it's because of something like, for example, if someone says that life's not worth living, that existence is useless, usually it's because they've already had so much pain in their lives of not being able to achieve what feels good to them, and they're kind of just in a space of hopelessness and despair, usually because of well actually I wouldn't say just usually, probably always, because of the traumas that happened to them and the thought patterns that they were developing, which, guess what, often came from the paradigm of you're not good enough the way that you are, you're bad, you need to be punished, you can't do it, you're not, you're not worthy, etc., etc., to the point where they adopt those belief patterns for themselves, and then it creates a hellish life, and then they're sitting there saying that life isn't worth living, which is complete bullshit. But we just have to change our perspective a little bit. So that's my 2 cents on the whole topic of perfection as far as humanity goes, because I think we are perfect, and I am life itself. I am made of the fabric of existence. How could I be anything less than perfect? How could I be anything less than divine and magnificent? I will always be expressing that inherent divinity in some form. Sometimes that inherent divinity comes by not recognizing your divinity, and so it makes you more aware of the divine by experiencing the opposite, the contrast, the pain, the fear. But it just makes you desire love that much more, and then when you come back to love, you see that you were always perfect and that it was always beautiful. You just weren't seeing it. But I look at where I'm at. It's beautiful out here on the bluff. It's so beautiful out here. I love you. Remember, you're divine and you are beautiful and amazing and perfect already.